Max, Emily, and myself are going to teach you how to make the perfect pulled pork sandwich today. First, we're going to start out with some Boston butts, otherwise pork shoulders, they're known as. They're bone-in. Maybe get it close up with this, Max. Bone-in Boston butts. There's the bone. And I like to do 2 of them, 2 or 4, because there's room on the smoker, and if I'm doing one, you might as well do a couple, because you can always freeze it. We're going to start out by making a brine today. We're going to take 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of kosher salt, and this is a half a cup of a rub that I make. And to that, we're going to add 6 quarts of cold water. And that is our brine we're going to use. So we're going to soak these in a brine, but before we do that, we're going to inject them. You want to make sure you get them all underneath the bone here. You can see the meat expanding when you do that. Sometimes it squirts out a little bit, you gotta be careful. Don't want to get none of that in your eye. Layers upon layers of flavor on the sandwich when we're done. If you want to take a look at that inside there, and take the rest of the brine. Yeah, add a little extra in there. We're going to take these and we're going to put them in the cooler for a while. Probably overnight. It's 10 after 1 on a Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to probably take these out of the brine and rub them down probably at 3, 4 in the morning, and we'll see you then. Okay, here we go. I made the rub and we're going to get it in all the crevices and get it all over the place. And then we're just going to rub it in there. Use as much as we can. It's going to get that flavoring going. Want to get all the sides. Get it on all the crevices, everywhere you can get it. I don't usually put it on the fat, because you're just going to trim that off. And there we go. Our butts are rubbed. Take the butts and we're going to place them on the smoker. Got her nice and warm already. You hear them sizzling a little bit. Got the smoker a little warm, but she'll cool down once we get going. You see here on my temperature gauges I got. I'm going to stick them one in each butt. Now I got 3 of them, so we'll just have to watch the other ones. You want to stick them opposite side of the bone. You want to get them right in the center. Then we're going to just close the lid and we're going to let them cook for about 6, 7, 8 hours. It's been a little over an hour and a half since I put the pork shoulders on. I'm maintaining a pretty good temperature. 225. It's a little under 225, but we'll crank her back up in a second. Let's just take a look and see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, them are looking pretty good. We're almost 5 hours into the smoke. Still maintaining a pretty good temperature. She's bouncing a little bit. In between 225 and 250. Let's see what they look like here. They're looking pretty good. Once they're all at about 150, I like to wrap them in tin foil, and that retains the moisture. Now we're going to let them slow cook up to about 195 or so, and then we'll pull them off and let them cool.
Alright, it's been about 6.5 hours. Let's check the temperature on these pork butts. We're looking for about 190 degrees. $183. We're getting close. Once we get to 190, we're going to pull them off the smoker and put them in the cooler. And then give them a few hours in there so they can cool off, and then pull them for the sandwich.
Okay, so now we're going to check the temperature of them. We want them to be at 190 degrees. That one's at 193. Just about. Now Max is going to put them into the cooler.
Alright, they're all set, so we're going to take out these probes here. They're just another thermometer system that we had set up for them. See the juice in there? We got to be really careful transferring it into the cooler so we can save all that juice. And what we have here is just a standard cooler with aluminum disposable hotel pans, and to insulate it, we have an old sleeping bag just so they don't cool down too fast. We want to slow down the cooling process. We're good to let them cool for a few hours until we're ready to pull them for the sandwich. Alright, we got the pork butts now. They're ready to pull them out of the wrapping, cool them off so we can pull them for the sandwich. And you can see here how hot it still is. There's steam coming up off of it. If we would try to pull it right now, it'd be way too hot, or I'd burn my fingers. But to show you how tender it is, we can pull the pull the bone right out of it. That's clean.
Well, we've had the pork cooling for a little bit now, so I'm going to start pulling it. On the back side, there's a fat cap. We could just take that off. Sometimes there's a little meat that sticks to it, but not much. If we turn it around here, I'm going to show you what's called dig your fingers down in there. Hopefully I can pull it out. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. This here is the money. In competition, we call this the money muscle. And with that injection and stuff, that's got a flavor right to the center. Bet you guys in class wish you were eating some of this instead of just watching a video, don't you?
And now we're going to take the money muscle and we're going to rip it apart. And we're going to use the T-Bacon's barbecue sauce. We're going to get it nice and loose. Put it in the barbecue sauce. And some people will say this is burnt, and it's probably the most delicious piece on there. Get it nice and saucy. And we're going to add it to a ciabatta bun. And we're going to top it off with some homemade coleslaw.
What's in the coleslaw, Bacon?
Oh, just your normal cabbage, red pepper, green pepper, red onion, some shredded carrots. And then I do a blend of mayo, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, and some other secret ingredients I really can't disclose.
And the best part of this whole project, eating it. Dig in.